Hey guys, good morning. This video is on the Buck 119. Well, to be precise, the Buck 119 Special. That's actually the name of the knife. And the reason for this video is because, you know, when I show the knife at the shop, invariably get the question, what's so special about it? And actually, the knife has a very special history in and of itself. It's special to me personally. And with this year being the 80th anniversary of the Buck 119 Special, it seemed like a good time to do a quick video on it to bring people up to speed about the history of this knife that's been forgotten over the years. Not that many people remember anymore. So stay tuned. That's what this video is about, the Buck 119 Special. This is a Buck 119 that's essentially set up the same way the first one I was given by my dad, with an old Korean era canteen and canteen cup on a pistol belt. And it was the first stainless steel knife I'd ever been given because we had just moved to Florida. And it was a very special knife to me because it's the knife I learned all the lessons that my dad was teaching me about living off the land in South Florida, from catching and eating wild crustaceans to making different spears and utensils when I was spearing fish in tidal pools, and just making improvised cooking utensils and that sort of thing, onto building palmetto shelters and sunscreens to protect us from the sun or protect us from the rain, because we spend a lot of time out in the middle of nowhere, and it spent a lot of time, you know, cutting up vegetables, potatoes and onions and corn to go with the seafood. It got kitchen duty quite well, handled kitchen duty quite well. The only thing was I had to learn to move over to the edge of the cutting board to let the guard hang over, and then I could cut all I wanted. But this is the Buck 119 Special as it is today. This is the Pro Series version. It has green micarta scales and a CPM S35 VM blade, so it's a little bit different, but dimensionally it's the same as the one I was trained with, and physically it is still hand-tuned. All the pieces are fitted together just like they were originally, and then hand sanded and hand finished on buffing wheels and contact wheels. So these are the reasons the knife is special to me, you know, personally. But the reason why the Buck 119 Special is called the 119 Special is because of the way it began. It initially began as the Buck fighting utility knife when the War Department put out a call for knife makers to donate blades after we entered World War II. And Pastor Hoyt Buck went down into the basement of his church and started turning old files into knives to fight the evil Axis of World War II. And the knife went on to garner a lot of attention and be very, very popular among GIs, even in Korea and Vietnam and beyond, and is still a popular knife for some today. Although today mostly we think of it as a camp knife or a field knife, and it's to me one of the best field knives I've ever used. It's the fine point gives me good penetration for whatever I'm trying to penetrate through, whether it's crustaceans or whether it's deer hide. The sweep of the belly gives me a nice curve for skinning. The straight blade works for filleting small fish if it needs to. I mean, it's obviously not a fillet knife, but that's what a field knife does. It does a lot of things pretty good and doesn't excel at any of them. So to me, it's one of the better designed field knives that's ever hit the market, and I think a lot of other people feel the way too. But a lot of people these days have just lost connection with their past, and they don't understand, they don't know the history. So I just wanted to do a quick video to highlight the history of this special knife and put on our channel in this year of the 80th anniversary of the knife, the Buck 119 Special and the part of its story that makes it special. Thank you for joining me for this this quick video and this little trip back through memory lane, my memory lane, and through a little bit of knife history, through a little bit of American history, and hopefully you learned a little something by it, and learned something you didn't already know, and that you can see the Buck 119 in a little bit different light now. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.